allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Hello, welcome to the October 9th meeting. I've been asked to everybody speak up because people can't hear us, okay?
Could I just grab that mic because that was the other complaint I got, that they can't hear later?
They can't hear us.
Yeah, just shift them.
And we'll share
Shift
this one.
And you guys will share it, if that's okay with everybody?
Thank you.
Oh, okay. Okay. Just trying to help.
Okay. Do I have a motion for the consent agenda? Okay.
Get a motion first. Which one's, Danielle? Just the regular?
2A, yes.
Okay, I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda pulling off 2A.
Second.
All those in favor? Okay. Danielle?
Excuse me.
Okay. Mr. Merritt, you want to read the thing?
Yes, appointments, Tiverton Middle School, Social Studies Science, Stephen Bonfiglio. High school freshman advisors, Jackie Branco and Amanda Watson. High school SAD volunteer advisor, Officer Nicholas Messenger, who's a state trooper for the Rhode Island State Police. And Larry Rocha is the custodian.
Mr. Merritt, could you please just tell us about the SAD advisor? That's wonderful news of a state trooper's going to help us out.
Yes, we had I believe one of our students, Steve, if you can jump in.
Emily Massey is our student who's coordinating the
Recruited this
student
individual.
SAD,
And that acronym
organization.
stands for
Student
SADD,
Student
just so
against
the
Student
audience knows.
Constructive decisions.
Thank you.
Yes.
And Emily has actually done an awful lot of networking in the state, and she met Officer Messenger in one of the meetings, and he had offered to help her out in our group here, along with our advisor, Mr. Mark. So he's met with the students twice already, in fact, including today. So he's going to be our newest volunteer advisor.
It's wonderful. It's a wonderful
We're very appreciative
opportunity.
of giving his time out, his expertise and experience.
Right, that's good. Okay, Danielle?
On the regular minutes of 9:25, we had discussed having a handbook for coaches. And I just wanted to have a little blurb regarding that, and that would be written up and that the coaches would know their expectations and then have them sign it.
All those in
So,
favor?
wait a minute, I'm sorry,
Seven.
that sounds like a correction of a minute
Seven.
and an agenda item. Because did we say that we were gonna have them sign anything to?
We said that we wanted Bob
That
to
was
design
Danielle's
one.
Okay.
suggestion.
That's, I just wanted to make sure, I didn't remember.
Yeah. Okay, so all those in favor of that, change? I need a motion. Motion?
Danielle made the motion, didn't she?
Motion to, okay, we make a motion to approve the minutes as amended. Okay.
Second.
All those in favor? Thank you.
And we accepted his correspondence, but I just want to point out a letter of thanks from the Land Trust for the students and the adults from the school community who volunteered their time to make it a very successful day down at Pardon Gray. The letter was submitted by Wayne Browning, Chair, as well as other members of the Land Trust.
Yes, it's a wonderful day for the community, and the band was there and all our volunteers. And I was in charge of the duck pond again, but I asked them to please put it up on a bale of hay, because last year all the kids were falling in because it was down on the ground. So they did do that for me, and it worked out much better. We only caught a few, but it was really a fun day for the community, and I thank them for thanking us. Deb?
Mr. Rear, could you just, because we are recalling the custodian, and while it's in our minutes, could you just, for the public, the rationale of how we
Sure.
recalled it?
The rationale for the recall, originally, as part of being able to get our budget under the cap, one of the positions that I had recommended was to reduce the outside maintenance position at the high school, believing that we could cover it with one of our custodians here. One of our 3 night custodians would split time between working outside, doing the fields, cutting the grass on the playing fields, as well as working inside. It was also based on the assumption that the sewer treatment plant would have been closed by now.
Yep.
So Mr. Costa, who is here, who's our level 2 sewage treatment plant operator, one of the few in the state, we thought that Paul would have had more time to be back here in the building. So we thought that we would be able to make it work. Subsequently, it's been a month and a half now. Steve's provided a summary. Paul's here to answer, kind of get into any detail, but we basically weren't keeping up with the cleaning that we needed to do here in the building. Plus, we were able to actualize savings from a couple of our hires, actually. We had projected our new replacement for teachers that retired at level 5 or step 5. They came in at level step 1 and step 2. Plus, we had a third person leave unexpectedly at the start of the year who were replaced with a level 3. So there were additional funds there that we weren't counting, that we didn't project back in March. So
Thank you.
that's the rationale and how we're paying for it.
Okay, is that it? Okay. New business, Fort Barton Rain Garden update?
Yes, we've had a leak in the pond or in the rain garden over at Fort Barton. It's towards, if you're looking at from Summit Ave, if you're looking at Fort Barton on the right-hand side of the rain garden, about a quarter of the way from the outside in, there's a breach in the garden. And if you look on these technical pages which were sent to us, these are the original design drawings from JCJ Architecture. I've spoken with Greg Smalley, who is the lead architect in charge of building the 3 buildings. He's talked to the company that installed the rain garden, and they believe, if you look on the first page, there's the 4th diagram in. That's the rain garden. And we believe there's a breach, there's a mesh that covers up the dirt that backs up the rain garden. We believe that mesh is broken, and we're in the process of cutting away the topsoil, and we're going to be digging down, and we believe we can just replace the mesh, refill the hole, and that will solve the problem. So Mr. Reynolds is in the process of fixing the problem to make sure that that's what it is, and we think that's based on what we're seeing. We sent pictures to Greg. I've talked to him several times. We think that's the problem for the leak that we have there. It's a breach in the berm.
So what was the indication that something was wrong? Was there water
There's water
pooling?
and
flooding.
the
The
day
water
where Doug
came
got
out
stranded in
of
Fall
the rain-
River
Oh, okay.
with that rain, it came. You could see it, and when you look at it, it doesn't look like much. But then when you look down on Summit and follow the water, you can see that with heavy rains, it breaches and goes down into Summit.
And so instead of all being
Instead of-
contained in the rain garden
Right,
and going
instead of
down,
being contained-
percolating slowly,
Right, and
we
all
have
the
some
water.
runoff.
Right, and all the water has found that breach. So
Okay.
we have to fix the breach. So
Right.
we believe that will solve the drain problem there.
So
Drainage problem.
Mr. Reynolds will just do what we think the
He's
fix is,
cutting
and then-
back-
And then we'll just monitor it.
Right, he's going to cut back the area that is all the grass, and then we're going to dig down to the surface level to see, because you can see the mesh in a couple of places. It looks like a screen window,
Yeah.
and it looks like you can see it in the ground, so it looks like it was breached, as Greg surmises. So we think we can repair it without a whole lot of cost as of right now. So it'll just be
And then-
Kevin's.
And then if that's not the problem, we'll just keep.
Then we'll bring the
looking
company in
more.
that
Right.
built it.
Of
We'll
course.
ask them to come in and, continue to take another look at it. But we think we got a handle on it as of right now.
When it was installed, was there any indication that it would require maintenance, or was
No.
it?
No,
It's supposed to be maintenance-free.
Right, it's not supposed to breach like it has, but yes, it's maintenance-free.
Well, that's the day we had 5 inches of rain in like a half hour or something.
Yeah, when we get that day, it was 8 inches during the course of the day, but even still, it should drain. It drains slowly. It's designed to drain slowly, but not with a breach. So it's just like having a hole in your pool. The water's just going to go to where the hole is. So
And I'd just like to remind everyone that, of course, that was part of the, we went to the planning board for that. We appeared in front of the planning board, and I have my records at home. I was reviewing them in '07, and the planning board said for the building inspector not to give us a permit unless we were to install this rain garden. So it was all part of the whole process. We didn't want to put it there because it's a school, and it took up a lot of our yard and everything.
It took up where the playground was.
Playground, but we did install it the way they said, and we do monitor it. I go by, and Mr. Fiore goes by, and Mr. Rarick and Mr. Reynolds checking it when there is a heavy rain. And at night, if it's really bad, I'm like, oh, no, please, please, don't let it overflow. But we do want to take care of it and be respectful of the neighbors, and that's our main goal. So we will look into that.
We're in the process of repairing it.
And you'll let us know.
I'll report back.
Thank you very much. High School Hall of Fame.
Yes, you have a request before the committee. Mr. McKinnon's here, Mr. Arquette's here. I don't know if Mr. Murray will be able to attend, but they would like to discuss the possibility of forming a athletic hall of fame for Tiverton High School. So turn it over to Jack and Jerry, and they can kind of give you an overview of what they would like to get started.
Welcome back, Jerry.
Hi, Mr. Arquette. How are you?
Pleasure to be here. This summer, a group of ex-coaches, alumni, got together, and for the purpose of, we're now, I think, pretty close to 45 years old. And we got together for the purpose of forming a athletic hall of fame. We got a set of bylaws together, formed a selection committee, and then in the process of establishing the hall. We're here tonight to ask your blessing on that. We're also here because we would like to be able to use the school website, the athletic department, through the athletic department of the Tiverton High School website, the athletic department. We would put information out, seek nominations, those types of things. And hopefully by this time next year, our hope is the homecoming of 2013 induct our first class. And that's basically what we're seeking to do. And that's why we're before you.
Are we going to have someplace in the building that we can like display the, you're going to have a plaque, or how are you going to?
The thought is, when you first walk through the flagpole doors there, as you're going into the gym, to possibly use that space
Oh, nice.
where we could, put pictures of inductees or teams, whatever it may be.
Nice.
In several different categories for people and members of the media who could be inducted into the Hall of Fame.
We have 3 categories. Obviously, first is former athletes. We also have a second category for teams, and a third category for coaches, administrators, people who have lent their support to the athletic department over the years. And so we intend on putting in people from each one of those categories yearly.
Oh, that would be nice.
And we're looking forward to getting it going.
Yeah, that
We
would
think
be
it's long overdue.
Right. That's
To
great.
tell you the truth, the passing of some pretty close friends this summer caused a lot of us to stop and think about establishing this. And everybody is gung-ho. Looking forward to getting it going.
So if the committee's okay with them, the group using the athletic department's webpage, I think that's really the only, was to notify you, but, just seek that permission.
Okay,
because
I'll,
it would be up to
Yep.
their organization to do their bylaws and things like that.
Certainly anything that celebrates our achievements, I applaud and encourage. I will make a motion that we allow establishment of a Tiverton High School Hall of Fame with the use of the website athletic department page to solicit, etc., whatever you guys need to do.
Second. Okay, any questions from anyone?
I want to thank Jerry in putting all this together. I know this is something that Coach Murray and I have talked about for several years, and it finally took somebody to take the bull by the horns Mr. Arquette was able to put us all together in one room in early June or late June and kind of map out a path for this Hall of Fame. I want to thank Coach Arquette for that.
And I'd like to thank some of the people who helped along that way, both male and female, former coaches and alumni who have lent their support to it as well. We think it's going to be really nice.
Good.
Thank you both.
Thank you very much.
All
Good
those
luck,
in favor?
Jerry.
All those in favor?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
EBEC representative?
Yes, I've talked to Deb a couple of times regarding our representative on EBEC, the East Bay Educational Collaborative's Board of Directors. Deb currently serves as the liaison for Tiverton. Prior to that, it was Mr. Wright, and prior to that, I used to serve in that capacity. And having talked with Deb with her work schedule, but also the direction EBEC's going into right now, we're going into a very critical phase regarding really the essence of what EBEC's going to be and how they can support member districts. We just would like the committee's permission to appoint me to be the full-time representative, with Deb being the alternate if for whatever reason I can't attend.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I think there was a point in time that just because of what EBIC did, that it was that the prior committee made the decision to have a school committee member, but now with the change in the director, it's there's a lot of curriculum discussion. There's a lot of very specific Common Core discussions that I try to keep up with. But I am not the superintendent. I am not the educational professional. Certainly, they're all very respectful of me, and they certainly, I think I try it the best I can. But I think at this stage where they are, it would benefit us more to have the superintendent there. I am the only one that is not a superintendent. All the rest are supes that are there, and what I had offered to Superintendent Rearick is I would be a backup, because it is hard for just one person to make every meeting as well, and he has backed me up several times. So that if the committee's okay with that, I just think with the new director, the new direction, it would benefit us more to have an actual educational professional there in those discussions versus me. I'm happy to attend the budget meeting.
Yes, we
I'll
would.
put that
My
on the
forte.
calendar already.
Right, the budget meeting.
Yeah, but that would be my request as well.
Okay, do I have a motion?
I move that we approve it.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any questions? No, all those in favor? Okay, very good, thank you,
We need to go into exec.
thank you.
We do or we don't?
We do.
Okay.
Any reports or announcements?
I have none.
Just a quick announcement. Last Friday, I had an appointment with the Rhode Island Department of Education to review our progress on the Race to the Top grant. And they haven't given us the final report, but they had some things that were very favorable that they commended us on, and I just want to highlight one of those areas. And this is a follow-up to the presentation that I did at the last school committee with regards to our work around curriculum. They stated that Tiverton has made significant progress against implementing a guaranteed and viable curriculum aligned to the new standards. During the 2011-12 school year, Tiverton was involved in the Dana Center Intensive Science curriculum work, and that Rhode, in addition, is pleased to note that these districts were awarded several other grants fundings to continue their professional learning community focused on literacy strategies to support science learning. In spring 2012, Tiverton Public Schools were also awarded a supplemental mini-grant from Rhode to support their transition to the Math Common Core standards. This will help the district prepare for their upcoming mathematics curriculum development work with the Dana Center. We want to commend Tiverton on their collaboration, both in-district and cross-district, around resources and strategies that will deepen educator understanding of the new Common Core state standards and accelerate the implementation of the new standards at the classroom level. So
It's a lot of hard work on the part of our teachers and administrators. It was nice that Rhode at least acknowledged that we were making strong progress in that area, and we are right on target with the other areas of Race to the Top as well.
Well, thank you, Diane, because I don't think people do realize how much work really, I know you all do, really does go into changing curriculum and how much extra time and focus does go. So I think that's terrific that Rhode took the time to acknowledge that.
And can we all have a copy of that, please?
Certainly, yep, as
Thank you.
soon as I get the final copy.
Thank you. That'd be very good.
I do have one, and now I shouldn't say we don't have any. We're currently kneecap testing at all our schools, so children, depending on what school your child may be at, will dictate when they're being tested. But this is test month. Again, we'll do this for another year, but then when we go to the park assessments, everything changes. So where the big tests will be in the springtime, with additional interim assessments throughout the course of the year. But for right now, we still test in ELA and math in the month of October. So that's what's going on right now.
And I had one quick announcement. Our audit is substantially complete. Our auditors have come in and left, and they've moved on to Town Hall to work on the municipal side of the audit. So I'm pretty pleased that we were able to get them in and out relatively quickly, and I'm not aware of any or anticipating any surprises as a result of the audit. And concurrently, we just closed out the first quarter, so I'll have some financial statements for the committee to review
Great.
at our next meeting.
Thank you.
And just one announcement, our homecoming dance and game will be coming up soon. And we taught when we did the breathalyzer with parents as partners, and so Mr. Eric and Mr. Fazette were going to get notices out to all the parents in many different ways, so they'll be aware of our new policy, because we certainly don't want to implement something. People are busy. You might think they know it because it's on here, but people are very busy. We have to make sure all the parents are aware that this is a new policy that we have in our school district, so nobody will be surprised.
Yeah, good.
So that information, please, in any
And also,
different way.
Steve's going to have the assemblies with our students by
And
grade as well.
students also, but the parents are very key. We have to make sure they know.
Mhm.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Executive
That's it.
session.
Yes.
I'll make a motion to go into executive session under SS 42465A2 Administrator's Contract.
Second.
All those in favor?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Yes.